It is every club's dream to have a player like Lionel Messi on their squad. His footballing genius has made him the biggest name in the sport alongside only Cristiano Ronaldo, and it would be an absolute honour for clubs to have the Argentine put in their shirt. Now, you would think that all it takes to sign a player as big as Messi is a fat bank account, but he has proven it goes beyond that, as he turned down several lucrative offers from the oil-rich Saudi league to sign for David Beckham's Inter Miami instead. Messi's decision to join the MLS left football fans and journalists scratching their heads in awe, as they wondered how a club as small as Inter Miami could snatch up the biggest player in the world. What made Messi's Inter Miami move even more shocking is the fact that he had just won the World Cup with Argentina, and with his stock rising to new heights, you would expect him to sign to a club with a lot more history and pedigree. So, how Inter Miami pulled off the biggest heist in the transfer market has remained a mystery until now. See, David Beckham, who happens to be a co-owner of the club, has revealed all there is to know about the deal, and some of the details are quite astonishing. Now, you would think that Beckham's hunt for Messi began right after he led Argentina to World Cup glory, but that's far from the truth, as the former England captain revealed that he'd been in pursuit of the Argentine star for as long as 10 years. However, it wasn't until Messi's contract with PSG ran out that the opportunity to bring him to Miami became more realistic than ever before. But even at that, Beckham and Inter Miami still had a lot of work to do if they were going to beat out the other big money bids for the ex-Barcelona man. Speaking of Barcelona, they too had their eyes on Messi, and they did everything in their power to bring their hero back to the Camp Nou. Unfortunately for fans of the Catalan club, whatever Beckham had been doing for the past 10 years to bring Messi over to Miami worked. Beckham revealed that his long-term interest in signing Messi started with a simple conversation he was having with fellow Inter Miami co-owner George Mas. The two were having dinner and at the same time scheming on how their newly formed club could reach the greatest heights in the MLS. Beckham revealed that while they were wining and dining, he turned over to George and said, "One day, we need Messi to come to our club." As overly ambitious as this sounded, Beckham had actually envisioned it happening through an advertisement campaign by Doubleday and Cartwright, where they mocked up one of their jerseys and Messi was wearing it. This was exactly 10 years ago in 2013, and after that, Beckham decided it was time to pursue the dream and make it a reality. He knew that bringing a player as huge as Messi to the US would not only be awesome for the city of Miami and the club, but for the entire MLS as well. Fast forward to 2019, and Beckham finally made the move that literally set things in motion. At this time, Messi was still a Barcelona player, although the club was shrouded in a lot of crisis during this period, and it was all but certain that Messi would soon leave. With this in mind, Beckham decided to swoop in and shoot his shot on the 8-time Ballon d'Or winner. The former England winger revealed that he organised a secret meeting right there in Barcelona with none other than George Messi, Lionel's dad and manager. From the way Beckham described the scenes, the meeting sounded like they were on some Tom Cruise Mission Impossible type assignment, where they had to go in, get the job done, and get out without being noticed. Beckham said they boarded a plane from London, and after landing in Barcelona, they snuck into a hotel where Messi's dad was already waiting to meet them. According to Beckham, he made his intentions clear from the get-go, as he optimistically told George Messi that one day he would love for his son to play for their newly formed club, Inter Miami. Out of respect, Beckham also acknowledged to Messi's father that he knew his son couldn't come to Miami yet, being that he was still under contract with Barcelona at the time. However, the former Manchester United player laid out all the possibilities and benefits of Messi playing in the MLS, and how it would change the face of football in the US for good. Beckham then went on to reveal how George Messi did an awesome job creating the perfect narrative for his son, as he described what his presence would do for football in America and the city of Miami. Messi definitely took all his father said to heart. However, he needed to wait for the right moment before making the move. Now his time at Barcelona came to an end, and that marked the beginning of another chapter in Messi's life. But this time, it was France. His deal with PSG was finalised, and at this point, you would think that Beckham would have given up on signing Messi to Inter, and who could blame him? The Argentine was already ageing, and we all thought his best days had gone past him. Messi's slow start to life in Paris didn't help either, as the man who used to bang goals in for fun went on a bit of a dry spell. The fans and ex-players were not fond of him either, as they felt he wasn't playing for the club with all his heart, and that he was only there for a huge paycheck. It got to a point where the great Argentine was even getting booed by the PSG fans. With all this in view, renewing his PSG contract after expiration was very unlikely to happen. Everyone, including David Beckham, knew Messi was on his way out. But the question was, to where? Before his departure though, Messi would make amends with the PSG fans and owners, as he finished as the club's leader in season assists. And while that did a lot to repair Messi's reputation as a dedicated player, it was nothing compared to winning the 2022 FIFA World Cup with Argentina. His stock was higher than ever, and the competition between himself and Cristiano Ronaldo for the title of GOAT seemed to have been won. Now with the World Cup in the bag, as well as every other accolade there is to win in football, it was time for Messi to take on a new challenge. At this point, Beckham was keeping his fingers crossed that after waiting for 10 long years, it was finally Inter Miami's turn to enjoy the services of the Argentine great. But hey, this is the era of the Saudi League, and we've seen clubs in that region lure the biggest players in the world over. After Al Nassr signed Cristiano Ronaldo, there has been an influx of big-name players into the Middle East. These include Neymar Jr., Karim Benzema, and N'Golo Kante, just to name a few. Now, everyone thought Messi would follow the train and sign for a Saudi club too, especially since they were offering him more money than he had ever made. Well, everyone but Beckham, as he continued to lobby for the World Cup winner to make the move to Miami. And it worked. Despite all the money Saudi Arabian clubs dangled in front of Messi, he opted to play for Inter Miami instead. David Beckham revealed how shocked he was upon receiving the news that Messi had agreed to play for them. Beck said, and I quote, "I was in Japan with the family and woke up at 5 AM because my phone kept vibrating. I look at my phone and I'm like, what's happened? Something's happened. I put my glasses on and I'm like, Leo's coming. It's done. He has announced it. My wife was like, what do you mean he has announced it? I said, he's gone on TV and said he's coming to Inter Miami." Beckham went on to say that after receiving the news that Messi was coming to Miami, he called his partner George Mas immediately. He also said it was an emotional moment for him, as he recalled all the trouble they had to endure through the years to reach where they are now. Beckham also reminisced on the pains it took to get the land for the Inter Miami Stadium, build the club, as well as the legal battles they had to face while on the hunt for the world's greatest player. As for Messi himself, he said the decision to shun the Saudi Arabian League in favour of the MLS wasn't such a tough one to make. Apart from the fact that he liked the direction in which the club was going, he also loved the city of Miami, where he already owned a home even before his Inter deal was finalised. So guys, what do you think about David Beckham's story? Inspiring, right? Let's have your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, because there's more awesome football content where this came from. See you in the next one.